It was exactly 10:15 on a Tuesday evening. I was drinking. Again. Drinking to forget you, your smell, your taste. You were there. I was happy. And the next day, you were gone. Twizzlers. My love. Oh God, I'm sorry, that's a photo of her without any packaging on. I'm sorry, I don't know how that got in there. Why did you have to go? Who took you from me? Oh, I know. I know who's responsible for taking you away. And I'm gonna nail the bastard for it. He fooled everyone else. But he didn't fool me.
What a prick!
The place in my heart reserved for moments of joy is now a cavity, absent of what once was love. How delectably you paired with baked beans and smiley faces.
Without you, there's no smiley. They're just faces.
Here's a video of me bitching about a frozen food product. I've been thinking a lot about my later childhood and early teen years lately. Been listening to a lot of Alien Ant Farm and hunting down Little Monsters McDonald's toys, you know how it is. 2002 was great and nostalgia is a cruel bitch. One of the absolute staples of my childhood were these things called turkey Twizzlers. I absolutely loved them, and I know I'm not alone because there's actually currently a huge calling for their return online. But many of you watching, specifically if you're currently a kid or maybe someone from overseas, may not know what the hell I'm talking about, and rightly so. They've fallen into obscurity following their disappearance. But what was a turkey Twizzler? Why aren't they around anymore? And who's responsible? Well, I'm about to do some detective work and find out. If you've never heard of turkey Twizzlers before, maybe this will just be a curious dose of subjective history for you. And if you had these things as a kid, maybe it'll reignite your nostalgia for them, because honestly, they were the tits. Basically, turkey Twizzlers were a cheap frozen food product covered in this amazing marinade. It was kind of barbecuey, maybe slightly Cajun. If I could accurately describe the coating on these things, then I wouldn't be complaining about this now, because the ingredients would be easy to find and Twizzlers would be easy to replicate. They were made by a company called Bernard Matthews, who are still around today and responsible for legends like the Turkey Drummers. You think I'm upset about Twizzlers? If Drummers had been discontinued, 13-year-old me would have been marching solo down the street in protest. Probably sliding from one end to the other on a slip and slide made of my own tears. Do yourselves a favour, get these nice and crispy, I'd say like 5 minutes past the recommended cooking time, then put them on some bread with some mayonnaise, turkey drummer butties. Boom. Bernard Matthews also make the Marmite contending wafer-thin turkey ham. My sister hates this stuff. Personally, you put this on a sandwich with a cheese slice and I'm in heaven. I just eat a lot of shit on sandwiches, and I shouldn't be alive right now, to be honest with you. But the Twizzlers were pretty much beloved by everyone. They were easy for parents to cook, kids loved the taste, and grown individuals that had the right to eat what they want had the freedom to enjoy them at their own leisure. But Twizzlers were eventually ordered to be taken off store shelves, and Bernard Matthews were pretty much forced to stop production on them. Why? Well, because in 2005, the population of the United Kingdom was roughly 60 million. And out of 60 million people, one cunt wasn't happy. So they ruined it for the other 59,999,999 and 99 of us. I voiced my discontent with Jamie Oliver previously.
Jamie the cunt, and I call him that because I don't have a clever name because I genuinely think he's a cunt, changed the way kids eat in this country.
And it pretty much all stems from his involvement in the destruction of turkey Twizzlers. I'm sure even some other countries have heard of Jamie Oliver. He's a TV chef who has always had a focus on health and nutrition as opposed to, taste. Great chef we've got on our hands here. In 2005, Jamie Oliver launched the 4-part documentary miniseries Jamie's School Dinners, where he went around to a handful of South London schools and made note of how absolutely atrocious the state of their dinner services were.
Ever since then, kids all around Britain.
There he is! The joy bane, the usurper of things that bring me happiness. The bollock. Yeah, just the one. Like Hitler.
Said, I wish they still sold turkey Twizzlers. Sad face. We've got Millie Riley. Bring back turkey Twizzlers! And there's another one, Byron, at Jaxie Smith, 4th. All I want in life is for turkey Twizzlers to make a comeback.
12 seconds later.
At FoodTube, we like to listen to your comments, and we like to come back to you.
Jamie Oliver? More like Jamie all over my fucking business. Anyway, in the series, Jamie uncovered the shocking truth that Bernard Matthews' turkey Twizzlers only consisted of 34% actual turkey. It was a shocking revelation to all to find out that a cheap, processed frozen food product only contained overall a small portion of its foremost flavouring. Oh no, I can't think of any other examples of such a thing that still exists today. I will, however, say that since health regulations have become more prominent, it has become much easier to eat healthy for less cost. I myself can live comfortably off ranch salads and homemade stews for a week without barely breaking a 20. God bless Aldi. That being said, I don't have to feed a family. I am just one man. One small, appetite-deprived little man. I barely eat anymore, guys. I think my pleasure for food is eroding, along with my ability to love or trust. Where was I? Meat sticks for the kiddies, that's right. The influence of Jamie's campaign was so far-reaching that then Prime Minister Tony Blair issued a petition to get junk foods banned from schools. Now, in all fairness, I think this kicked off something that was destined to happen, and in the long run probably should have happened anyway. But essentially, this was one of the first major events in the UK to kick off the health revolution that would lead to better conditions for supermarket and fast foods, more obvious nutritional information on packaging, organic farming, and all kinds of things to improve health standards. And despite what school catering companies stated, the controversy surrounding turkey Twizzlers and the concerns raised by Jamie Oliver in his show almost definitely played a major role in the entire reconsideration of the nutritional system, at least for school catering. So Twizzlers were gone following this health revolution, which seemed weird to me. Compare this with the similar Chicken McNuggets debacle. People came down on them just as hard, so what did McDonald's do? They changed the recipe slightly, did some kitchen experimenting until they came up with something that tasted similar but wasn't likely to give you Ebola. I don't see why Bernard Matthews couldn't have tried the same. Speaking of Ebola, I'm about to talk about avian flu. It's not the same thing, but I needed a transition. Bernard Matthews are lucky to still be standing because in 2007, the company's biosecurity failed to notice and stop an outbreak of avian flu in their cattle. Yeah, the birds they cook. The bird cattle. And this came a year after 2 of their employees were prosecuted for playing baseball with live turkeys. And this itself was a year after this whole anti-Twizzlers cluster bizzle. They had a bad time of it. And I want to go on record by saying I like a lot of the products, but I don't trust the company for a fucking second. I don't condone any of that. This is new information, man. New shit has come to light. In a statement on their forced removal, Bernard Matthews said,
We have been unfairly treated. Turkey is the least fatty of all meats. The new Twizzlers have only a third the fat level of the average pork sausage. Yet you don't hear Jamie Oliver telling people not to eat sausages.
Now they're kind of right. I nodded to it before, but there is so much shit still available to buy that were and still are, after all the health revisions, just as bad as Turkey Twizzlers were. So it does kinda a little bit come off looking like a targeted smear campaign, but at the same time, way to phrase that in the most passive-aggressive way possible. It doesn't sound like an official statement from a respectable company. It sounds like a child having a strop. They also said, "There is no one food that is bad for you, and it is the balance of food you eat that makes for a good or bad diet." Which is a half-truth, because it's saying two different things. There are absolutely singular foods that are bad for you. They do nothing but negative things to you. But at the same time, they're kind of right that if you had a vitamin-powered salad for every meal, but you slip Turkey Twizzlers in there twice a week, you're not any less healthy than the average person's diet just because Turkey Twizzlers are in there. It's about moderation and restraint. And whose responsibility is it to restrain kids and teach them moderation? Why, the company's making the food, of course. Every bag of frozen chicken nuggets should come with a pocket-sized bouncer on the seal that kicks you out of the packaging once you've had enough. Come on, sunshine. Aye, come on. You all like a bit of batter on the weekend, but 6 nuggets is your limit, you know what I mean? I myself have been on a bit of a health kick lately. If I want to eat something that prioritizes flavor for dinner, and I can't be asked cooking something fresh or intricate or assembling something really healthy, then I'll have a light salad and exclusively drink water through the rest of the following day, knowing that I'm going to have to compensate for the shit that I ate that night, or even plan for it through that previous day. You know, it's about moderation. It's about balancing the things that you need with the things that you want. That way you don't hurt yourself or hate yourself. I now have the maturity to eat a Chinese only when I force myself to compensate for it, with salad and boiled potatoes for a few days. And I would gladly engage in that moderation for some Turkey Twizzlers. Except now, as an independent adult, I can't do that. Because that choice has been taken away from me. Somebody has already made that decision for me. We offer salads and healthy options, but still find that over half our students choose chips and burgers every day. Well, imagine that. Unsupervised kids choosing fatty flavour over a salad. Unfathomable. The problem is that we can't play the role of parents and force them to eat meat and 2 veg. Yes, why would we try to get the parents involved with the necessary decisions on the matter? They can do no wrong. Treat them like gods through your entire TV series, because they will simply bring in cans of pop and crisps and eat that instead. Gee, I wonder where they get those pop and crisps from. Possibly the only adults capable of funding the children. It's terribly difficult. Oh yes, it's terribly difficult. It's a shame. It's a shame that we can't force these kids to choose the option that we want them to pick. Better just take away the other option from them. You know, I dream of a day when the school board starts taking operational tips from North Korea. It showed his frustration that children will still opt for burgers and chips even when he produced tempting and healthy alternatives such as risotto, tempting, or lasagna with a fresh salad. Mate, I'd rather have a banana than a packet of crisps nowadays. I'd still rather eat nothing than risotto. You tried feeding kids risotto? You're creating your own obstacles. Like, I have nothing against providing healthy alternatives and suggesting people look after themselves, but don't make out like you're having rebels protest your forceful totalitarian regime just because you're demanding that they make your facade of a choice. In his defense, Jamie also said that getting junk food out of schools will save money in the long run, as there won't be so many problems for the NHS down the line. That I agree with. A year after his show Jamie's School Dinners, Jamie made a follow-up series, Return to School Dinners. Just a heads up, Jamie, when you make a series 2 of something, you don't usually have to change the name. You could just call it series 2.
He changed the name because it's him going back to the schools he visited.
Oh yeah, kind of like what Gordon Ramsay did with Kitchen Nightmares when he went back to some of the restaurants that he'd already visited in the follow-up show, returning to all them kitchen nightmares what I done stopped from being nightmares. Oh no wait, he just put those in Kitchen Nightmares. And some of the schools that Jamie visited were actually worse when he went back to them. Good job, dude. So that's pretty much all the information and initial thoughts I have on the events, and it's difficult to know who to side with. Bernard Matthews apparently ran a company like an undomesticated frat house, full of brutish jocks and bird STDs. Jamie Oliver treated a nation like idiots, assuming that he knew what was best for everyone. And the regulations of food production in the UK would change forever, thanks to one delicious little spiral of barbecued turkey. Or whatever the fuck it was witchcraft, as far as I'm concerned. Became a martyr. Died for our sins. And the only agreeable constant through this whole thing was that everybody found turkey Twizzlers delicious. Apart from this one woman that I found on Jamie's show, the only other person on the planet besides Frosted Tips himself to dislike turkey Twizzlers. Dubbed by yours truly, for copyright reasons.
It's good, isn't it, Mum?
See, that kid knows what's up. That's a smart cookie right there.
It's horrible. I don't like it. It's not for me and food is subjective, but I don't like it.
She's a plant. She's fucking lying, dude. She barely tasted it. She had a crumb. A crumb? We're gonna take her reaction as gospel? This is a setup. Okay, ignore that bitch. The kids of yesteryear, they don't forget. Because we're older, and we know they were good. There's a ton of people online that still want Twizzlers to come back. They know what's up. There's always these articles of people trying to bring Twizzlers back, and most notably of all efforts, there's this change.org petition, which has been steadily growing. Originally goaled for 10,000 signatures, it surpassed that. At the time of writing this script, its new goal is 35,000, and it's nearly at 27,000. Well, I want Twizzlers back too. Should we sign it? Let's find out what it's about. I used to live off turkey... Really? Of turkey Twizzlers, used to make sure my mum stocked up. Lol. Jesus Christ. But to think my kids will never experience the taste of them makes me want to get this petition as far as possible. So come on, you Really? You? It's 3 letters, Y-O-U, it's not hard. You Twizzlers lovers, get signing. Smiley face. You know, guys, I want Twizzlers back, but not like this. Not like this. Oh, the creator made an update. Hi all, thank you all for signing. I honestly never expected so many people to sign this and for it to be in the papers. Wow, the petition was in the papers. Paraphrased, I hope. Let's check out some of the petition's comments. I miss them and fuck Jamie Oliver. Very to the point. Jamie Oliver is a prick, and so is this nanny government. We should decide what we eat. We're adults. We're adults. I'm a consenting adult, and if I want to demolish a bag of turkey Twizzlers, it's my damn human right to be able to. Pretty much what I've been saying there. Wise words from Kate Mandela. Jamie Oliver is a fake chef and a twat. Oh, okay, man, dial it back. They're fit. Where? I love them and miss them so much and would love our daughter to experience them. Experience them. Like eating a Twizzler is akin to riding a giraffe on safari. I've changed my fucking tune 5 minutes ago. They were magic. Because my sister wants me too. That's nice. That your desires are reciprocated. But keep your ancestral affairs off of change.org, please. I don't know, guys. I'm starting to believe the school board that Turkey Twizzlers made people dumber. I fear I've stepped into the wrong corner. Okay, so, well, in all honesty, what I get from most of these people is that I miss Turkey Twizzlers, Jamie Oliver's an asshole, and I should be able to decide what I eat. Which is basically what I've been saying this whole video. I feel so normie. Seems like everyone else was kind of on Jamie Oliver's ass. I always assumed he was fairly liked, but turns out most people condemn him as hard as I do. Some of them even worse. Kind of feel bad for the guy. Recent news tells that Jamie's failed restaurant business has cost a lot of good people their jobs. But then, he as an individual still has a net worth of millions. And he didn't seem so concerned about people losing their jobs when he was cutting another company's production himself, so fuck him in particular. We nailed the bastard right here in the comments of change.org. The bust is bittersweet, but I'll take it as a win. I'm hanging up my hat. Case solved! In all seriousness, it's nice that this effort has garnered apparently so much attention, having been featured on TV and in the papers, but lest we forget, it was a government petition which garnered over 100,000 signatures that got Twizzlers discontinued in the first place. I know what you're thinking, maybe there's some packets of true Bernard Matthews Turkey Twizzlers still out there somewhere in the wild. But I've looked extensively. If they do exist, I can't find them. And even if they were still out there, even frozen food has an expiration date. I don't know if a homegrown effort like this petition will ever be able to bring them back, so the potential future for authentic Turkey Twizzlers remains uncertain. But so desperate have people been that there's still one more thing the public has been trying in an attempt to recapture the enjoyment and the nostalgia of Turkey Twizzlers. Making your own at home. Let's head back over to the kitchen. No matter what website you go to, the recipe is always pretty much the same. You boil turkey sausages, you put a skewer through them, you cut a spiral around them, then you cover them in flour, egg wash, and then a mix of breadcrumbs and barbecue seasoning, and then you fry them off. Like breadcrumbs and barbecue sauce was all it took. A lot of these recipes don't even include the barbecue seasoning, they're just curly breaded sausages. There's one thing I didn't think Twizzlers tasted like, it was sausages. It's a different beast. I mean, if anything, they tasted a little like pork rib. Maybe. Still, if turkey sausages is the best we got, then let's give it a try. Maybe these websites are onto something. After all, these are probably the people who, like me, grew up with Twizzlers. If it's good enough for them, maybe it's good enough for me. Now, would you believe? I couldn't find turkey sausages in stores. All I could find was chicken. How hard is it to take this bird and turn it into a meat tube? Really? But on the plus side, I got barbecue sauce, and I also got this smoky barbecue rub. We're going to double up here, see if we can recapture that special something that Twizzlers gave us. I want to thank you for watching this video. Let's remake some memories. Now, the first thing these websites say you should do is boil the sausages for about 15 minutes. Also, you can boil sausages? What the fuck? It is now time to cut the sausage. I'm worried about this part. I don't trust myself to do this right. I can't even get the knife through. It's like trying to cut a moose's dick open. But it's worked. Check this out. That's something similar to a spiral right there, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. The more we got into it, the more we really did a good job on that one. What? It's happening. Yes. Childhood reclaimed.
Oh shit, player. Look at these bad boys. That's what I like to call the end game. Very reminiscent. Oh, that's the colour right there. That's what we're going for. It's so beautiful. Okay. No love without pain.